happening. Of course, I'm sure you've seen by now. You've got Chicago, and you've got these store closings, the big box store closings. But I just want to say that we had foreshadowing of all of these of incidents like these back pre during CV19, the beginning of CV19. We had the mobs in California because of the bill. I can't think of it. It's an impunitive. It's an impunitive situation in which you are not getting punished for items that are totaling under $1,000. What is it? It's like $9.99. Some wicked, And I'm all about talking about palindromes and and referencing as above, so below. So if you flip that, you got 666, right? So if you're under that 900, it might be 950. Call me crazy, but you have this law that's it's not you're only it's an impunitive situation. You can shoplift with impunities in California. So those things were happening. It's like right at the brink of every crises, pandemic, you name it. You've got some form of mutiny, or some form of some mob. These flash mobs keep coming out, and to me, I just find it ironic and bizarre that you would have at a time like this. They just throw everything into the pot, and it makes it a perfect storm. It makes it a perfect storm for the hand of Big Brother or the government to come in, because there are every time you have one of these situations, they have a solution. There will be a solution for these mobs, whether it's kids, adults, whatever it is, but they're always using the black community to promote or to stimulate the agenda. Okay, so now you have these kids running around. I mean, I'm telling you that from what I saw, it almost looks like, to me, this looks a little fishy to me. It looks like it's staged almost. I saw a kid wearing an anti-social club sweatshirt. Like, that's a sweatshirt of a conscious, a little bit of a consciousness there. So I find that to be a little bit convenient. So I think there's a lot of things that are going on, but it just looks a bit, I smell a rat, and it seems like it's a little bit staged. The things that we are witnessing right now, I don't think it's not every day that you have kids. Many times kids have to be stimulated, or they have to be motivated to go out and crash and dash and smash and wreak havoc amongst the place. Now, you've got, in the past, you've seen these so-called leaders, these predecessors in these major cities, whether it's Muriel Bowser, whether it's Rawlings, Stephanie Rawlings, whatever her middle name was, out of Baltimore. You've got these people that these predecessors, or these mayors in the past, that have had these, give them the space. What was it? Stephanie something Rawlings. She, during the Freddie Gray situation, she basically, to me, she gave them a pass to go out. So it's no different when you have this, what is it, Brandon Johnson? It's no different to have him, say something else. The victimhood card will come in, but I'm telling you, those kids, they are poking the bear, and they very well might get the race war. I think they are they know that they can do two birds with one stone. If they go after 2A, they're using 2A to drive a lot of these let's just say, let me walk that back. These incidents, whether it's the SHOOOTINGs, the schools, along with these flash mobs of kids running through these parks and thrashing and dashing and smashing people's property, they are going to use these kids to drive their incentives, to take away, to crush 2A. Okay, they're working on it. They're working on it. They're working on it. Like, it's daily. It's daily. It's very strategic what's going on here. And I'm going to say this to people out there. The truth hurts. My late grandmother used to say, "The truth outshines everything." Yes, it does. But I'm going to tell you, and shout out to Mr. Pearson on his channel, Franshaw Pearson. My thing is, as they say, you better get your kids before somebody else does. That would be in your best interest. I don't think this is not a matter of, we're dealing with a derelict society. We've got derelict parents. What parents? Most of these kids are in survival mode. And who knows? Like I said, I'm not convinced that these kids haven't been incentivized to go out. I'm not convinced that there's not some NGO that's out there telling them, because Chicago was huge for, challenge demand the unimaginable. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have whoever's incentivizing this, which I suspect that there is, that's telling them, okay, get your reparations. Your stores are closing, your jobs are going, go out here and take it. That's no different. That is no different to me than the B to the L to the M. Okay, you have people out there. Some of those people were not affiliated with that group, but some of them were. So I wouldn't be surprised if that same narrative, when CB19 that spring, you had people of all walks of life, but you had people, but I will say it's mostly people that happen to be of my background that are in these mobs. But I'm telling you, they are looking for a reason for the next LD. They are looking for a reason to strong hand. They are going to usher in a new order. Whether it's a 15-minute city, whether it's a free dumb city, whatever you want to call it. Okay? We've got chemical spills. We've got, train derailments. We've got water issues sprinkled everywhere right about now. So they want us on our knees. And I'm not talking about praising him. I'm not talking about that. You're going to be begging to make it stop. You're going to be begging for an antidote, and they're going to come in. So I'm telling you, you got to get past, flesh. Because in the spiritually, we all know that is not transitory. It is not. It is not going to sustain you. So I'm just saying, at some point, you got to see beyond the color. You got to see beyond that. Because the people that happen to be black or African American, they're going to burn first. They're going to hurt first. And they're setting these snake traps. Chicago I can't even think of Bill Ayers. I'm telling you, Chicago, I would not be surprised if that is not, I don't want to call them crisis actors, but I'm telling you, most kids are not getting up and getting away from their phone unless they have been incentivized. I'm telling you, they are not they're not coming out of their routines. They are not coming out of their routines. They're not coming out of their matrix. This is a different generation of teenagers. These parents go to nightclubs. These parents are TikTok posters. These parents are just as matrixed out as the kids. So when people start yelling parents, you got to get out of that. You got to recognize these are not the teenagers that you ran, these are not the outsiders. These are not the typical, these are not the good old kids from the neighborhood. In that particular city, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't incentivized to do what they did. But nobody's going to talk about that. But I tell you, if somebody goes for the quote law and order and go out and start clearing those centers and those squares, that is exactly what they want. It's going to incite, it's going to anger people. It will be the next GF 3.0 on steroids. And for the first time ever, people they'll have a look. Oh my gosh, well maybe we're going to have a look at what's going on in Chicago. I'm telling you, and it won't just be there. It'll be a rash. There's a rash of things that are going on right now. So I'm just thinking they've got the perfect storm between the mobs to trap a whole lot in a snake trap set. I say chippy traps. These are snake traps. Because as they say, when people have nothing, when you don't have anything to lose, you'll lose it. Who knows what they incentivize those kids with? Maybe they gave them new cell phones. Maybe they gave them a grant. I don't know. Maybe they did. We have all kinds of organizations in this country, NGOs, that people don't even know anything about. We have actors under this, we have actors under the surface. So I'm just saying, you can stay on the rah, flesh tone stuff, but I'm telling you, it's not going to end well. It's not going to solve anything. And of course, the victimhood sells. It's profitable. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised we don't have a class for the trailer park victimhood, people of different skin tone victimhood, and now it's the liberals. The liberals. When I say that, I mean people that consider themselves uber progressive, and they're rah this group, rah that group. When they start eating their own, it's like they're in a fog at that point. But I'm just saying these are snake traps that are being set, and these kids are gonna get caught in them. If you're acting like an animal, you might get taken down like one. But like I said, I'm not convinced that these kids are not being incentivized to do what they do. I mean, look at it. Look at the average teenager wants a phone, the latest Air, Swiss, Nike, Air Force, J's, shoes without laces. They want money to buy these things. So what if they had to incentivize them to go out and smash and dash a few things that didn't belong to them? Yeah, it's wrong. It's hella wrong. Yeah, it is. But like I said, especially if you're living in, maybe if you are, say for instance, if these kids are, hypothetically speaking, if they are out of impoverished areas, that's all the more reason that makes them the perfect. They're the perfect. They're the perfect. Noodle heads. The perfect noodle heads. Because they can't see. They see it. They see material things. They see cell phones. They see gaming. They see J's. They see technology. They could care less about a peaceful protest or a peaceful demonstration. You don't get you don't get radical stuff like that. That stuff doesn't spring up overnight. It doesn't. So I'm going to watch that story. I'm going to pay attention, see what else happens. Because I'm telling you, the closer we get to the summer, as I said, I used to call it the summer of dissent. And I had somebody that kept coming in, there's no dissent, chiming into the comment section. But just watch. The mobs and the snake traps are going to continue. They're going to fester. They're going to keep pouring. There's going to be a dumpster fire, or they're going to keep pouring gasoline on it. And they're going to come in. So I hope you guys are having a great day. So I just think, I mean, just consider it, just based on, just based on history. I think, it repeats. It's repeating itself. And it happens about just around every, these cycles. We're on seasons and cycles right now. You have seasons and cycles in terms of seasons and cycles when it comes to these election processes. Somebody wants power. Somebody wants to reign. Somebody wants to rule. Somebody wants to be dominant. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just saying, these are snake traps. And if victimhood, if you're trying to you will not be. I'm just saying that there is no. The problem is that there is no loyalty in darkness. Okay, there is none. Most people that are doing these things, they don't care about them. They don't care about these kids. They don't care about. They're going to destroy them too. They will destroy them. Yeah. Their job is to smash, dash, and destroy, but also it's going to destroy them as well. So there's no loyalty in serving in serving dark agendas and being on and secret things underground. There is none. There is no loyalty there. And some people are gonna get. It's gonna be rough, but like I said, I think it's a trap for them to get. They might be able to, for the lack of a better word, excuse the expression, kill two birds with one stone. If they can snap two-way, clamp down on that even more. If they can import these cities or convert these cities into smart cities because they've been destroyed, they're going to build back better. They're going to build them back as smart cities. And then that's going to contain whatever they're trying. That's going to get the order that they want. So I'm just saying, just wait. Just wait for it. I mean, I'm going to wait for it. I'm going to observe this situation very, very carefully. But I think we know how we've seen this before. Okay? We've seen this before. Like I said, to me, the black community is the back burner supply. They're the tertiary supply. When they're not dealing with illegals and that kind of a bit, they reach back and get that secondary or that tertiary supply. Okay, so basically what you have now is you have the TG community, and then you have the illegals, and then you got that tertiary supply, blacks. So they'll pull those blacks back out, breadcrumb them, and pull them back to the front. And then when they're done with them, they're already working on moving that other group back into the front. I'm telling you, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. It's narcissistic. It's sick. It's twisted. But I'm telling you, there's duality. There's duality to all of this. And I've said this: the enemy knows us by this is not my own, but this is the most apropos thing I've heard in a long time. The enemy knows you by your pain, not your name. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be I might even stream a little bit on that. We'll see what we can do. Kind of a busy week, but we'll see what we can do. So I'll catch you guys later. So let me know if you guys have any other videos. I've seen a couple of videos. Let's see who's here really quickly. Who have we got here? Tonian, Melinda, good morning to you. Good morning, Joseph Francis Burton. Good morning. Let's see. Just read about a new app called Likey. Oh, yeah. It's a big, groomy situation. But yes. So be on the lookout. Avoid chippy traps and snake traps. I'll see you guys later, ASAP. Even if it's just another mobile stream or, a smaller stream, I will see you guys later. And have a great day.